Hey guys, got another one here. A little Facebook Marketplace find, an old John Deere 318. Boy, I love these little garden tractors. They can do a lot of things. We've seen I have another one I did a repower on, and then put a little buck loader on there. Boy, I love that thing. It's really helpful, especially you can get around in small spaces with it and whatnot. But yeah, I found this one here. It's not in too bad a shape. It's got something with the charging on it. The deck comes on, but then turns off, and the charging light's on. So you got to figure out what's with that. Probably a mouse hopefully got into a wire, and we just didn't fix it. But we'll do some troubleshooting there. It fires right up, but it surges at idle. So you got to pull the choke out just a little bit to get it to run a little better. So we'll work on taking that carburetor off and see what we're working with. But yeah, it's not too bad shape. Got the Onan B series in here. You got your Rural King battery. Some conversion technology there for the battery posts. But yeah, the hoods, besides being dirty, the hood mounts aren't in too bad a shape. Don't look like there's any too bad of cracks or anything like that. So that's good. We do have some custom accessories. Love seeing that. We're just a tick above 1,000 hours there, so that's really not hateful especially for a machine. I think it's an 84. I could be wrong, but that's not hateful. She's still got some life left in her. Seat maybe not so much, but I'll throw a different seat on there. And we already got the provisions here for the umbrella holder. Got the custom umbrella holder there. But yeah, the deck, besides being neat cleanup, I don't see any big rust holes, patches, or anything like that. It's got some leaves and stuff down there, but it's not too bad shape. Tires all seem like they hold air, so that's good. Got both the tail lamps on the back. It's a bummer. Always like seeing them when they have the factory sticker where they came from, but this one, unfortunately, those are kind of worn off and gone. But yeah, well, let me fire up here and let you guys hear it, and we'll hear the surge in there. So we'll see here. Say it shouldn't run too bad, besides have to pull the choke out a little bit. So we definitely got a fueling issue going on with that carb, but we can take a look at that. So let me get some things set up here, and we'll start digging into this, and we'll see what we're working with. All right, let's start tearing into this guy here. Cool thing about these Onans is everything's kind of right up on top there of the engine for the carburetor, so that's nice. It really doesn't look too bad on top. Nice. It's always good to see when you've got a pre-filter running there. You definitely could use a new one, but we'll come back around there. Got a little bit of rust. There might have been a little guy living maybe up in there. Got that cleaned out or whatnot. But all right, I'll go get some bolts here. All right, just like that, we're in. It really is not. It's not too bad. You got 3 bolts around the top that holds a little hat on. I'll show you that over here. 2 that hold that top air cleaner thing here, and you just push these little guys out here. Got the PCV, and then I guess that one doesn't really need to come out because it sits down in there. And it does look like we have a B43G Onan, so that's cool. Got all the points and condenser stuff. This thing really looks pretty original. We might have that wiring looks pretty good there too, at least original. So doesn't mean the mice haven't chewed into it, but yeah, I like to see that. I'm gonna try and blow the top off of this, because the cool thing is You can service them by just taking off these 4 little screws here. Top pops off, you got the float and everything. So let me go and clean that up here real quick, and then I'll show you once I get that all broken off there, and we'll see what we're working with. All right, got the top off of it, which is kind of neat. So you have the little float. It'll sit down in here, and that just top part comes off, and you get the the inlet for the fuel there. I believe that's going to be your main jet. It definitely smells varnishy, and there is some junk kind of down in there. So let me bring you over to the bench here and show you what the top part looks like. Yeah, so here's your float, just kind of pulls right up out of there. Super simple. And then here's your top piece here. But yeah, I'll try and separate that, clean it up real good, and get all the passageways. You can tell that focus, that guy's got some stuff, couldn't quite see through it, so it's got some junk in there. So get that all cleaned up and put it back on. But yeah, it's pretty simple, just 4 screws, pops right off. You gotta disconnect the choke linkage, but yeah, it's not too bad. Well, let me keep taking this apart here, and then I'll show you the little breakdown here. All right, well, we definitely found our issue here, the little idle jet. Let's see if this will focus. Maybe not, but it is very, very, yeah, right there at the end. That was all clogged up. So what I like to do is get some of these guys here. You got different tips on there, and the really small ones, and you just kind of poke it through and clean it up. Sometimes then after that I like to throw it in ultrasonic cleaner, but I'm gonna toss it on there and see if it'll run a little better. Got the inside of this tube all cleaned up, blown out the little passageways, and then same on the carb there where this went down. So I'm gonna put this all back together, and we'll see if that fixes our surging problem. All right, brought you back over here. Tried to clean out as much as that gunk and stuff as I could there, but we'll try to put this down in here without dropping it down into the the throttle plate there. But yeah, these are pretty simple carbs. Nothing too crazy. You don't want to torque that. It's just brass. You'll strip that real easy. But let me go grab the float. I'll show you guys that. Really didn't look too bad. Kind of wiped it down there a little bit. This guy just kind of sets on here like this. And nothing really to it. Just kind of sets down there and goes up and down. Pretty simple. Looks good. It's gonna be a fun one to try to start up until it gets the fuel up there. But let me go get the seal on here, and we'll button her all up. Just wanted to show you guys how all that I had that all taken off beforehand. So there it is. All right, just like that, with a little movie magic, it's all put back together. Nah, that wasn't too bad to do that. But let's see what we got here. We'll lick it off, and no choke so far. Oh yeah, purring like a kitten. That runs real good now. So I just need a little bit of carb clean. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut it off here, and then we'll come back around. As you saw, I was moving the throttle up. I think we got some more troubleshooting to do with that charging there. So, but yeah, cool. Well, thanks for joining along, and hopefully that'll help somebody if you got a 318 that's really any of the Onan series that's having some issues with idling and surging and all that stuff, hopefully that'll help you out. Well, we'll see you on the next one here. Talk to you later.